The year is 1800. Europe is at war. A young Napoleon Bonaparte leads his army across the treacherous Alps. Their destination, northern Italy, a land where Napoleon had tasted victory before. The journey is arduous. Men and cannons struggle through icy passes. The soldiers are exhausted, but Napoleon pushes them forward, his ambition burning brighter than the sun on the snow. This is no ordinary march. It is a gamble, a bold stroke to catch the Austrians off guard. Napoleon plans to encircle his enemy, trapping them in a vice of his own making. His strategic brilliance is on full display. He divides his army into three wings, each with its own path through the mountains. Their movements are shrouded in secrecy, their objective unknown to all but a few. The success of the campaign hinges on surprise. If the Austrians learn of Napoleon's presence, they will retreat behind their defenses. Napoleon knows this. He drives his men relentlessly, urging them to maintain absolute silence. The fate of France, he whispers, rests on their shoulders. The soldiers, inspired by their general's unwavering resolve, press on. They march through blizzards and blinding sunlight, their spirits unbroken. The French army descends upon Italy like a wolf in the night. They move with astonishing speed, their presence announced by the clatter of hooves and the rumble of cannon wheels. The Austrians, caught completely unawares, scramble to react. Their commander, General Michael von Melas, is a seasoned veteran. But even he is taken aback by Napoleon's audacity. Napoleon, relishing the element of surprise, wastes no time. He orders his generals to seize key towns and villages. The French army, energized by their crossing and eager for glory, fights with ferocity. One by one, Austrian outposts fall. The noose around Melas's army begins to tighten. Napoleon's plan, so carefully crafted in the cold silence of the Alps, is unfolding perfectly. But danger lurks in the shadows. Melas, though initially stunned, is not easily defeated. He recognizes the precariousness of his situation. He orders his scattered forces to concentrate, to converge on a small village named Alessandria. From this strategic position, he hopes to launch a counterattack, to shatter the French encirclement before it fully closes. Napoleon, confident in his strategy, makes a crucial miscalculation. He believes Melas is retreating eastward, seeking to regroup his forces. He fails to anticipate the Austrian commander's bold decision to make a stand near Alessandria. This misjudgment will have dire consequences. On the morning of June 14, 1800, the French army, stretched thin by its rapid advance, stumbles upon a formidable Austrian force near the village of Marengo. The French soldiers, weary from days of marching, are unprepared for a major confrontation. They are outnumbered, outmaneuvered, and dangerously overextended. The trap is sprung. Melas, sensing an opportunity to crush the overconfident French, unleashes a furious assault. The Austrian army, 30,000 strong, crashes into the French lines with overwhelming force. The sound of cannon fire rips through the air, a deafening symphony of destruction. The ground trembles beneath the charge of Austrian cavalry. The French, caught off guard, fight desperately to hold their ground. The Battle of Marengo begins in chaos and confusion. French units, scattered and disorganized, are overrun by wave after wave of Austrian attacks. The heat of the summer sun beats down mercilessly, adding to the suffering of the men. Dust chokes the air, obscuring the battlefield in a haze of smoke and blood. Napoleon, realizing the gravity of his error, races to the front lines. His presence, as always, rallies the beleaguered French troops. But the situation is dire. The Austrians, fighting with the fury of cornered wolves, are pushing the French back. Villages change hands in a brutal back-and-forth struggle. Casualties mount on both sides. The French soldiers, though outnumbered, fight with incredible courage and tenacity. They know they are fighting for their lives, for the future of France. But the Austrian onslaught is relentless. Their lines buckle under the immense pressure. Ammunition begins to run low. Despair creeps into the hearts of even the bravest.